right, this is going to be Daphne's first attempt at going in the horse trailer, in the donkey trailer. She just got done doing her groundwork, and then she got rode, and then Carrie jumped on her bareback for a minute.
I like how your trailer does not squeak. It groans and...
Do you suppose the donkeys are just telling stories about where they go when they go in the trailer and whether or not it's scary or if Daphne should just jump in and not worry about it? It's pretty funny, the conversation they have. Now, Carrie was just giving back. When you guys put pressure on the lead rope, make sure you give back more than they gave you. We really want them to learn how to be following a loose lead rope on a regular basis. So it's that pressure and release. Make sure you give back more than they gave you. Now, my favorite way to do this is to tie the lead rope into the trailer, and we'll end up by doing this later on. So just the slats from the windows that are in there, I tie the lead rope into that. Now, when you're tying it, sometimes they might decide to pull back. So be very careful with your fingers so they don't get stuck in the lead rope. It did not happen to me, but I saw potential with it when I was loading we went to a show. It was pretty fun with the wild donkeys. I had 5 of them with, so watch for a video on that. I'll be putting that out soon. So now pressure and release, give back more than they gave you. And right now she's nervous. We're looking for her just to show any interest in the trailer, any curiosity to come walking towards it. And when she does that, we're going to release the pressure and let her have some soak time. Now, I did get most of this video, but there is some of it where I was helping Carrie because she's not taught somebody to go in the trailer yet. She's not taught any donkeys to do this yet, so sometimes I stopped videoing and helped her out. Now, keep in mind, once you do teach your donkey to go into the trailer, this is something you're going to want to do on a somewhat regular basis, because when we stop their training, they can go backwards and forget. And that did happen to me with when we went to the horse show, when I brought all the donkeys to the horse show. So I have tried it different ways. If they are rusty and they're nervous about going in the horse trailer, it could be because it's a different smell or they're nervous about other things, and that was the case with And you can try the rope behind the butt or pushing on them. I don't like to do those ways. The donkey, notoriously, if you push on them, they want to push back on you. So by tying the rope to the slats, again, we're going to be doing that later on. When we tie it there and she pulls back, the release of pressure comes as soon as she stops. And as they inch their way farther into the trailer, you can shorten that lead rope. And here she's investigating it. That's a very good sign. We want her to investigate and just get comfortable and smell everything. But I have tried again, the pushing on them, the rope behind the butt. I don't like doing any of those ways. I like to do it this way. We've also done it by building a ramp and getting them comfortable with that. They have all been to step up on a little block separately. But Daphne's had some time off from training. She's been back on training for the last month or two. And that all makes a difference on how comfortable they are. And if they're nervous about anything else, that's going to make a difference on them loading. So by tying it in there, they're going to release the pressure as soon as they give to it. The timing's always going to be perfect. And you don't have to sit and stay on them and try to encourage it. You're just going to pull a little bit and then wait for them. There's that knot. So it's just that quick release knot. If anything happens, you can just quickly pull it and release it. Here's another tip, is just trying to put their foot up. Now with this, you have to be careful, because if you put their foot up and they start pulling, you don't want to be in a spot where you can get kicked. So later on, I don't think I got this on video, but we used a rope just around the bottom of her foot there and pulled her foot into the horse trailer. Now, if they do start to pull, don't do anything, just wait. They'll stop. So we're not going to reprimand them. We're just going to let them figure it out. We want to have our donkeys be thinking donkeys and have the ability to think through things. So we're not going to scold. We're not going to reprimand. We're going to encourage the behavior that we want. So this behavior is her showing interest in the horse trailer. There, she took a step forward. That's great. And you can pet on them. It doesn't have to be go, 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 but giving them time to soak and take in the lesson. Here, Carrie is trying with her hand on the foot. And there she gets it up there, and that's great. But again, that's a way to be careful of. I think I prefer doing it with a rope around their foot.
That's not good rope. You went the wrong way.
So as soon as she comes back up close, then I would just go ahead and try again. We don't want her to learn that if she backs up, we stop asking for her feet. So that could be where using a rope is better than by hand, because then if she backs up, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Until she starts to give to the pressure.
Okay. Ready? Foot.
Now, when I'm teaching them to go into a trailer, if they back out of the trailer and I have no pressure on the lead rope, I just let them go. You're not going to stop them anyways, guys. Now, are we teaching them that it's okay just to back out of the trailer? What we're teaching them is actually follow the lead rope. If I don't have pressure on the lead rope, I'm not asking them to do anything. If they just got into the trailer, but then they become nervous and they back out, and I don't try to stop them, I'm showing them that I can recognize their feelings. But if I put pressure on the lead rope and then they start to back out, then what I'm going to do is keep on that pressure until they take a step forward. They don't have to get back in the trailer for me to release that pressure. They just have to take a step forward. Keeps coming in. We can take the slack out of this rope. And if she puts her foot down, investigating is good, Carrie, so you're going to let her have that. She's thinking, and she might jump when she goes in, so be ready for that.
Okay.
And all you got to do at this very moment is keep her head pointed in the right direction.
Okay.
And if she starts to fight it, you could just tie back up to the slat again.
Okay.
She's thinking. Go ahead. Okay, so that's her second time going in the trailer. Now she gets pay. The first time we did tie up her leg, or like pull her leg into the trailer.
Yes.
And she was tied to the slats. And now she's gonna get hay. She gets oats. We're gonna make this a good spot to be. Lots of repetition and incorporate it into most training days. Okay, so then you gotta practice turning around. And sometimes when they're turning, they can get kind of scared. So you gotta be ready for that. She gets a lot of pay and oats. There, she's trying to take them on her own. And then when they come out, that can be a little bit scary as they jump. So you want to make sure you're out of the way so you don't get trampled. Okay, and that'll keep getting better as she gets more comfortable with it. Remember, if your donkey, let's say you go to a show or you're on a trail ride and your donkey is really, really worked up. It's okay to let them have time to calm down before you start asking them to do something they're uncomfortable with. So if your donkey is nervous about getting in the trailer, it's okay to take yourself 5 minutes or half hour to let them come down and be calm before you ask them to do something else that's scary. Now remember, a lot of repetition. We need to practice this so they remember it. We need to work with our donkeys on a regular basis, doing things that they already know. And that way we can create a yes donkey, a donkey who's willing to work for us because they know we are seeing and feeling or noticing their feelings. There she goes. What a good job.
That was the calmest yet.
And that calmness will keep increasing as they get comfortable. Lots and lots of repetition. And keep yourself out of the way in case they jump so you don't get landed on.
Good job. Good boy.
That was like Lily Coleman's. Yes, it was. Such a good girl. Yes. What do you think? Yeah, you okay? Just one more time. One more.
Oh, that tail, that's all her just being nervous.
Yeah. Good girl. Good girl.
She gets pay in the trailer so that it's a good spot to be. Lots of practice and repetition. Okay, and then when you're coming out, be ready for them to jump, especially when they're first learning. So you want to make sure your toes are out of the way.